Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks, and welcome today to a video on what's, well, really quite a strange tank. I think a tank that not many people feature and not many people even really know about, because I don't really see a lot of these things. And that is the T-28E F-30. Now for the case of this video, I'm going to be calling it the T-28. But it's not just the standard T-28, it's the T-28E F-30. Now, what is this thing? This tank is what gaming seem to be doing a lot these days, which is taking a tank that used to be in the game a very long time ago, the way it was, and then putting it back in the game as a premium tank. For example, this thing, the Panzer IV Schmaltern, the what was the other tank called? The KV-122, which is obviously the old version of the KV-1S. The Super Hellcat, which was basically the Hellcat, but back in the day. And yeah, that's basically what this thing is. It's the old T-28. Because it's the old T-28, that means it gets the 85mm gun. Oh, an 85mm gun. That has 120mm of penetration and 160 average damage at tier 4. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because I honestly think this is one of the most broken tier 4 tanks there is. To put this into comparison, this gun goes through a Matilda's frontal armor like a hot knife through butter. And everyone knows how infamous the Matilda is at tier 4. This gun is a good gun on a tier 5. Hell, I wouldn't be really upset if I had this gun on a tier 6 tank. Obviously, I'd like a bit better gun handling, but the penetration and damage values are ridiculous. This tank is ridiculous, especially since it used to be one of the limiting factors of it was it had slightly lower health. It wasn't obviously a heavy tank, so it had slightly lower health. But now, since all the tier 1 through 6 hit point buffs, it's bloody ridiculous. Now I hear you all saying, well, Max, why are you playing such an overpowered beast and killing all of the noobs at low tiers? I'm glad you asked. You see, I'm platooned up with my girlfriend. Yes, I'm actually playing World of Tanks with my girlfriend. She's getting into World of Tanks a little bit. I'm not bullying her into it. I might have bullied her into it to start with, but now she actually enjoys it quite a lot. This game, unfortunately, her laptop disconnected from the internet, so as you can see, she hasn't even connected. But yeah, that's why I'm going down. I'm trying to help her through the game, trying to teach her how to play the game, and I haven't really got, obviously, I haven't got any tier 4 tanks or anything that I'm grinding, so I was just playing through some of my tier 4s just to see, and I've played a couple of games in this. I've actually played quite a few games in this now, because I played a couple of games and went, oh my god, this is ridiculous. And I was like, right, I want to get some videos for YouTube. You can just see how goddamn hard this thing hits, and I understand. I've never even said this is a tier 4 and tier 3 game on mine, so I understand that this is a tier 3 game. But I've got a double helping of gameplay for you today. I've got another game coming up straight after this one. So we're going to also see what this tank can do against tier 5s as well. Just even with the hit point buffs, how ridiculous this thing is in taking massive chunks of health off of people. Before the hit point buff, this thing, it was, well, even worse in terms of, like, it could two-shot most tier 4 tank destroyers or tier 3 tanks. And the reload is not bad. I think the reload is something like 4.7 seconds or something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, probably about 4.7 seconds. Or, that number sticks in my head for some reason. Anyway, we're up to 4 kills. We've done 2,200 damage. And, yeah, there's only a headset left. Daisy's actually now reconnected to the game, which is always nice. It's actually doing damage, which is always nice. And I'm trying to be a good person here. I'm like, right, shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him. I miss. Good job. Come on, you got this. You got this. Yay. And I'm going to finish off. Because I was like, otherwise that Chi-Ha's going to get it. And I want it. I want it now. But yeah, that is our first game. Oh, actually, that's okay for the old thumbnail-y boy. Where should we go? Just there? Or just there? I think just there's good. And after all, I am making the YouTube video, so I will decide where it goes. Anyway, guys, let's go jump into the next game, and we'll see what this can do, just because this was a very short game. Right, so here we go again. This time we are on the province map, a map I don't play often, because I don't play low tiers that often. Once again, I am platooned up with Daisy, and she's actually connected to the game straight away this time, which is always nice. And yeah, like I said, this time we are against tier 5, so we have been up tiered, we are bottom tier, and we're going to see what this tank can do. Like I said before, 120mm of penetration on the standard rounds, and 160 average damage. Premium rounds, 161 pen. That's ridiculous. 161, I mean, I wouldn't want to, but you could probably make that work in some tier 10 games. Tier 10, I didn't mean to say tier 10, I meant tier 8. Don't quote me on that, oh god. You couldn't make that work at tier 10. I mean, you could if you were fighting groups the whole time, but, you know. Right, so, what can we do? And we're coming up this hill on province, and oh god, there is a BDR right there. You know, that tier 5 heavy tank. That this tier 5 medium tank on my team is struggling to pen. And look, just look at the DPM of this thing. It's not insane, but it's really not bad considering how quick this thing fires. I'm aware there's an M8 behind me, but I need to kill this BDR first. Nice. We have actually got decent armor on this tank, and oh, if you're going to ram me, dude, then don't mind me. But yeah, that was a tier 5 heavy tank, and we just completely shredded him. Right, T-34. Again, another tier 5 tank here. That first shot, I have no idea where it went. I am aware, fortunately, this guy is firing HE. I am aware of that. However, even if he wasn't and he was using the small gun, I'd be trading 1-for-1 with him. And I out-trade him when we trade 1-for-1. By quite a lot, because I think the 57mm gun on that tank has, I want to say, 85 average damage. Obviously, I'm rocking 160, so I can just trade 2-for-1, 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 and we are all good. Getting a bit of spotting damage on that M14 there. And let's see what we can do. This tank also isn't slow. I mean, it's not fast by any stretch of the imagination. It's not like the standard T-28. The standard T-28 is quite a fast tank. This thing is not a fast tank, but it's not that slow. And it does have a lot more armor. You can't be penned by Panzer 1Cs using the what you'd call the Panzer 1C gun. I don't think at all. Its frontal armor is 50. On the turret, I think it's 50 all round. I think the side's 40, and the rear armor is actually 50 as well. So if you've got something that has less than 40 pen, Panzer 1C for example, it ain't happening. You're just not going through. Now let's see what we can do. 2 tier 4s left. Ah, speaking of the standard T-28. Well, hello there. Oh dear, I fired on the move. And bang. This thing just... An 85mm gun at tier 4 seems a bit... A little bit naughty. It really does. Actually, that's a nicer picture. I'm going to use that one. Yeah. That's more dynamic. But yeah. A couple of videos ago, I posted a video of the Panzer 1C. Panzer 2J. Obviously, it's not quite on that level of broken. I think if you're a poor player, you're still not going to do amazingly on this tank. But I still think, in the hands of an average player, or a good player, and as you've seen in these past 2 games, in a player of my capability, not head so far up own arse, ridiculous, I know, it can just dominate everything it meets. The only time I ever feel all crap in this tank is when I'm against tier 6s. Something like a KV-1, something like a BDR, something like that. I really don't care. Like, I have a very similar gun to the top 85mm on the KV-1. If not, I think it might be the same. I'm honestly not sure. I can't remember the numbers. But it's not far off. And it's just ridiculous. It really is. Yeah. like, both of these games, I think it was, what, 2,300 damage and 1,700. These are not unique games. I did this in a lot of games. I think my average damage in this tank is something like 1,300 or something like that. At tier 4. I'd like to point that out, that's at tier 4. You know, that's... I think in my Luchs, which obviously is a tank that I seal club in, I play quite a lot at low tiers for fun, and I think my average damage in that is something like 700. This is 1,300, and I did in the last game, and it wasn't even... I wouldn't say that was a ridiculous game for me. That was just a... I drove and I shot stuff game. Our team didn't lose. Our team won quite comfortably. Same as this game. Our team won 15-2. If our team won so convincingly, I would have probably done more damage. And I still did 1,702.3k damage. I wouldn't be upset with those two damage numbers in a tier 8 game. I really wouldn't. In a tier 8, like a premium tank in a tier 8 game, the 1,700 I'd be a bit meh. But it's still, it's a tier 4 tank. God damn it. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's go take a look at both sets of post-game stats. And, yeah, just before we do that, obviously standard YouTuber crap alert. Whoop, whoop. What the hell is my mouse doing? I'm not touching my mouse right now. Oi, behave. Good mouse. Yeah, if you have enjoyed the video, guys, please consider giving it a like. If you've got this far without me annoying your faces too much, then clearly you don't mind me. So please consider subscribing if you're not already, if you're a new viewer to the channel. And yeah, if you are a subscriber, make sure you turn the notifications on, because then you will know when I am uploading a video. Cheeky way to do that. It's all free. It's great. Just help me out. Anyway, let's go take a look at the post-game stats. Right, into the post-game stats, and we're gonna have the first one as this was the Mines game. Yep, this was Mines. It says Mines there. We got an ace tanker, really unsurprisingly. We also got a defender medal and a high caliber medal, neither of which really surprised me much. 2,352 damage, and I just looked, and that is the second highest damage what replay posted this patch in this tank so far. Obviously, I'm aware we're quite early on in the patch, but yeah, I'm quite proud of that. 5 kills as well, which is definitely not too shabby. 2,352 damage, 5 kills, and 1,322 base XP. Daisy did 200 damage, which is good, because honestly, she's played less than 100 games and is still learning how to play the game. She's better than I was in my first 100 games, let's just put it that way. But yeah, that was a very, very nice game. 20 shots fired, 17 hits, 16 penned. Because this thing is a premium tank, you do make decent credits. Not quite that decent credits, because I think we got some missions and stuff for that, I think, as well. Because I was playing in a platoon with my referrer friend. It means I get more stuff. The game only lasted 4 minutes, so like I said, if we'd have lost slightly harder that game, I might have even been able to do more damage, which is nice. And yeah, next game was the province game. Again, we got an ace tanker. We got an not an Orlix medal, an Oskins medal, which is one higher than the Orlix, I think, which is destroy 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers with a medium tank that are 1 tier higher. Because what did we kill? We killed the M8. Well, we didn't kill the M8. He killed himself on me. The T-34 and also the BDR. And a Top Gun. We got 1,700 damage and 1,000 spotting as well, which is very nice. I think we spotted that T-14. We didn't get a high caliber. Oh, maybe we just didn't quite do enough damage to the enemy. Yeah, the enemy got a high caliber. So, yeah, we'd have probably been close. Fired 14, hit 12, pen 12. Pretty good again. And again, this was without any bonuses for anything. Other than, I'm pretty sure, the playing in a platoon, which doesn't get added on what replays for some reason, but we still made 80,000 credits. Like I said, 1,000 spotting as well. And that game only lasted 3 minutes 30. So, yeah. Again, both of those games, very, very quick. If they'd have both gone on a bit longer, we could have even potentially done more damage. But this tank, I honestly think, is completely overpowered, but just nobody has noticed it yet. I'm not really sure what to think about it, to be honest. it's pretty goddamn ridiculous. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I know this has been a little bit of a fun video at low tier. It's not something that I'd usually do, he says, having posted a Panzer 2J video a couple of videos ago. But yeah, I hope this has opened your eyes to this tank, and just either, if you can pick one of these things up, I don't ever know when they're on sale, but if you can, buy one. They're great. If you can't for whatever, or if you meet one in battle for whatever reason, I'm just telling you, watch out. They're not to be messed with. Anyway, on that standard YouTuber crap, I went over it earlier on. Subscribe, like, notifications, you don't hate me, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.